Hello there, Badgers. One angry pagan here. So, ever since I heard about this, I've been kind of enamored with this idea of citizens' assemblies. Now, I first heard it last year before the election, or at least in the run up to the election, um, from the Labour Party, talking about bringing in citizens' assemblies as part of their devolution plans. Now, I've not heard too much about them since, but there's a lot that we're not hearing about, and there's only a certain amount that Labour can get done at one time. Like they do a certain amount of stuff, get all that done, then bring in a load more stuff to get done. So I'm guessing that the citizens' assembly stuff is likely to come in later. Will probably be spoken about later. But I'm also a bit worried about the policy now. However, what I've done here is I've been a bit lazy. You can complain at me all you like, but I couldn't find it. I couldn't think of a way to word it myself without making it a word salad. So, citizens' assemblies. What are they? So I went onto Bing. What I got on my laptop. All right, whatever. All right, whatever. I get you. So and I asked their co-pilot AI about what the Labour Party is doing about citizens' assemblies. And this is what it came back with. So, the Labour Party is considering the implementation of citizens' assemblies to enhance democratic engagement and address contentious issues such as constitutional reform and housing. So, this sounds good, but it's the beginning of that paragraph there, considering. Now, I'll get more into this, but I've heard Labour MPs continue to talk about citizens' assemblies into this year. I just can't find any proper. I've got some evidence of Clive Lewis doing it in talking about citizens' assemblies to do with water ownership, but we can come to that. But I'm sure I've heard it elsewhere this year, not that all that long ago. So, what are citizens' assemblies? Citizens' assemblies are deliberative bodies composed of randomly selected citizens who come together to discuss and make recommendations on important political issues. This approach aims to involve a diverse cross-section of the population in decision-making processes, thereby enhancing the legitimacy and public trust in political outcomes. The assemblies have notably been successful in Ireland, where they contributed to significant constitutional changes, including the legalisation of abortion and same-sex marriage. So you can see why I like this. Yeah? Like, we could use this to bring about PR. We could use this as a vehicle to try and bring about PR. So it says Labour's plans. Now as I start to read this, you'll immediately see a major problem. But I will get into that in a little bit. So number one, engagement with the public. Labour's Chief of Staff, Sue Gray, has indicated that if elected, the party would utilise citizens' assemblies to directly involve the public in resolving contentious issues. This includes areas such as constitutional reform, devolution, and housing policies. And the source for that is the civil service world and the Sortition Foundation. I have no idea who the Sortition Foundation is, but I've heard the civil service world. It talks about the civil service. And the sources that the AI uses for the initial bit is the Constitution Society, and politicshome.com. So that's the first bullet point really in why Labour were looking at this. Number two, learning from Ireland, the Labour Party is looking to the successful model of the Irish Citizens' Assembly, which consisted of 99 randomly selected members who deliberated on complex issues and made recommendations that were later approved by public referendums. Gray emphasised that this method could help build consensus and address the perceived disconnect between politicians and the public. The sources from that are Politics Home and Civil Service World. Number three, addressing political discontent. The initiative comes in response to growing dissatisfaction with the current political system in the United Kingdom, where many citizens feel alienated and powerless. By implementing citizens' assemblies, Labour aims to restore trust in democracy and engage communities in the political process. Sources are King's College London and the Sortition Foundation again. And number four, potential challenges. While the idea has garnered support, there are concerns about how civil servants and traditional political structures will react to this shift towards more participatory. I can't do this word. What the fuck is wrong with me? Participatory governance. Gray noted that some in Whitehall may resist these changes due to a perceived loss of control. And again, that's sources on that on is Civil Service World and politicshome.com. Conclusion of the AI, Labour's exploration of citizens' assemblies represents a significant shift towards a more inclusive and participatory. I hate this word. There are some words that I just cannot do. Participatory governance. By learning from successful examples in other countries, the party hopes to address pressing issues while rebuilding public trust in the political system. As the political landscape evolves, the effectiveness and acceptance of such assemblies will be closely watched. Right. So, a couple of things then, right? Now, as I said, you may have noticed an immediate issue in that first bullet point. Yeah. Sue Gray is no longer Chief of Staff of the UK Labour Party, of the English Labour Party. So, yeah, we're not entirely sure if that's still in plans. Although I've not heard anything to say that that's been chucked out, because they still went ahead with devolution deals. So, so I'm a little bit worried since the change in the chief of staff that this might have been like axed. However, I do actually think that this is likely to be more of a back burner thing. I heard Clive Lewis talking about this a few months back about a citizens' assembly for water ownership, and I'm damn sure I've heard more talk about it recently, but for the life of me, I cannot fucking remember where, and it's doing my head in. I'm pretty damn sure I saw it in the Labour manifesto, but I cannot be bothered to trawl all the way through that right now. I'm sorry, it says lazy. It sounds lazy, but I can't be bothered to go through the Labour 2024 manifesto right now. I did have a look through, and I know I saw it. I cannot fucking remember exactly where in the manifesto that I saw it, which is why it's driving me mad. The other part again is that I've heard more recently more talk about citizens' assemblies. And whilst I have a bit of a, I'm a bit about um, you know, I do have a bit of a problem with referendums because I mean, look at the look how the Brexit referendum was hijacked. But I still like this idea. I really, really like this idea, and I'm wondering what you guys think of this. Again, I'm sorry that I've gone and used Bing's fucking co-pilot to um, draw up a synopsis for me. I'm sorry, but couldn't find the right way to properly word it without it all seeming like a complete jumbled mess as usual. Um, and it's got across pretty much what I was after, and like I you can go look at the sources. Um, all you gotta do is just put Labour Citizens Assemblies, or ask ask it, yeah, ask your AI about Labour Party Citizens Assemblies, Labour Party plans for Citizens Assemblies, and it'll come up with the same stuff. Because I tried it on my phone as well. Um, so yeah, this seems like a kind of almost like a town hall thing, but also not at the same time. So let me know what you guys think. I'm really, I'm really enthralled by this. I like this. This would be a decent change to our political system down at local level. And if we can make it more national, like if we can prove it works in this country down at local level, we can try and push for it more nationally. We've got a better vehicle for, or another vehicle for proportional representation voting system. And talking about the environment and green policies. Let me know what you guys think. I really like this. I don't know if for others from outside England, if you guys can tell me what, like, if you have anything like this in your countries, in your political systems, like. But it seems that what Labour were looking at here was what was done in the Republic of Ireland, which is brilliant. I like the fact that they're looking at a former colony and going, you know what, they've got a great idea here. Let's institute that here. I like that. Again, do have to dampen that with the fact that Sue Gray is no longer a chief of staff. But I've heard it more than once in this year, in 2025 alone, not just last year. I just can't remember where else I heard it other than Clive Lewis. I definitely heard it being spoken about quite a few times this year. I just fucking can't remember where right now. If I remember, or when I remember, I will do a follow-up video with those examples. But yeah, so yeah. What do you guys think about this? Do you like this? Again, if you're from abroad, if you're not from England, do you have anything like this in your countries, in your political systems? Do you think this would work? Do you think it won't work? What do you think? Do you agree with the problems that such an idea may come across in trying to enact? What do you reckon? Please let me know. Hopefully, trying to get round to doing eco vid either today or tomorrow. Yes, I know. I just every time I think that I'm getting better, fucking abscess pops up, or fucking the back, or the back of my throat starts feeling fucking blocked again. So yeah, I'm sorry guys. I'm trying. I am trying. But I wanted to get this one out because it is just on my mind, and I am enthralled by this idea. So please let me know what you guys think. My sword at your service, badgers. My shield at your backs. Freaks, love and blessings. Stay safe.